Hello, this is Wooga. I'm here to provide a commentary track for the recent Azure Dreams 20% world record. I ran it last night and I did it locally, so I didn't record my voice besides the very end because I was pretty stoked. So I'm here to do a fresh take on what's going on in the run. Hope you enjoy it. So the first thing we're gonna do is what's called a glitched entry. We'll take our mom's pita fruit, throw it on top of the bush over here. That will allow us to climb on the wall, and there's a tiny gap in the geometry that allows you to do this. And if you wiggle around after that, you'll find yourself actually out of bounds behind the tower wall. And we can just press up here, open the door, and Cunie's there, but we won't be seeing him. We skipped the initial dialogue with him on the bridge, so we're actually gonna go without him in the tower, and this is the way it's mostly done for any percent world record attempts, because using mixture magic is slow, running away from enemies is fast. More dangerous, but definitely faster than duking it out. The first floor will always give us the same 5 items. We get a fireball with 5 charges, a copper sword, a wooden shield, a medicinal herb, and a palumpa egg. And once we beat the crap out of this palumpa, we can actually head on to the run proper. From here on out, we have no idea what the tower's gonna throw our way. Well, here's our first spot of luck. We spawned in the room with the elevator, and there's a sleeping troll. We're gonna beat him to a pulp and get our all-important level 2. This gives us 10 more health points. It's absolutely pivotal to get that level up as quickly as you can. We got really lucky with that. Also got lucky with this sleeping guy. That's gonna give us another level. And just like that, we're at level 3. We have 30 health as opposed to 16 we just had. So I actually missed the elevator in that room my first time around, which cost me a little bit of time, but we did get an Olim out of the deal. I decided to equip the Vital Sword to get rid of enemies early on quicker. Unfortunately, it ended up being cursed, and that reduces my chance to evade enemy hits, and it also increases my chance to miss. Now we're actually going to see it in action right around here. Broke down to 3 health, and one more miss and we would have been dead. That's the first clutch moment of the run, and there are going to be a few of those. Anyway, I realized the elevator was there, so I was going the opposite direction, and we're on floor 4. Gonna use this gold sword at a distance to bring the flame down to 5 health, and we just whack at him. That's another lucky streak right there. We have ourselves another sleeping enemy, and most importantly, we get a copper shield. A good shield is more important, I think, than having a good weapon, since after a certain point you're not looking to fight enemies anymore. You're just going to run away. And we're hitting floor 5, and the infamous water floors are coming up. This is where I usually stop fighting most of the time. If I see the elevator, I'm just gonna take it. I'm not gonna go exploring, looking for any supplies. So all the supplies I'm hoping to come across as I'm looking for the elevator. This guy would give us a beating, but I decided, yeah, let's fireball him out of fireball him out of there. I'm not sure I agree with this choice, but I really wanted to get rid of the Manova, didn't want to duke it out with them. I guess I could have used a fireball charge and a couple of swings with the sword. That's probably the smarter call, but the most important thing is we got out of that alive. So this is another mistake. I realized, oh, that's a fire crystal. I actually want that. And we woke up the Manova on account of that. Which immediately resulted in me using said fire crystal, hoping it would maybe tag the Manova and then go for the bloom. Unfortunately, it just went away. Another copper shield, we're not interested. I was basically hoping to get either a diamond shield or a leather shield, but if I have an uncursed shield, I'm not willing to put another one on, at least if it's the same type of shield that I already have. So here's another questionable choice I make. I decided, hey, I'm level 5, I can take out the balloon with just one fireball charge, and possibly duke it out with the Manova. And, well, see for yourself. I got extremely lucky there, just one hit point to spare. If I got a bad roll, that would have been it for the run. A better choice would have been to enter the room, tank some of the hits, head for the elevator, and use a medicinal herb in the meantime, because I ended up using it anyway. So that was a questionable choice on my part, I think. Definitely cost me time, probably cost me more resources than needed to be. So just gonna tank some hits here. That was bad movement. I shouldn't have taken that hit. Then we're just gonna go around the Manova and hit the elevator. I'm getting a lot of lucky elevators in this run, in case you're wondering. So just step out of the room, because the monsters stop following you, might stop following you if they aren't in the same room as yourself. And this clown, I think I'm just gonna burn away with a fireball charge. And we have ourselves another spell ball. Those are invaluable when it comes to glitched entry and flying solo in the tower. They're probably your most important resource. So I realized I wasn't gonna able to fight these guys. Let's just use a Palumpa egg and get rid of this quick. Toss the troll sword at the troll. I'm not sure if I agree with this decision, but it worked out in the end. I didn't want him to fire at me from a distance, but I'm not sure if that helped any. And 11 is just a god elevator. So we saw the blue color on the spin, but obviously we're not interested. We just want to find the elevator as quickly as possible. I decided to go for a lift. Luckily it worked out. Carrying this volcano to maybe toss it at an enemy, but realizing soon that it's just gonna slow me down. And this here is the real make or break point of the run. Can't get out of the room, and I inadvertently took a hit from the griffin. And if I missed this lift, that probably would have ended my run right there. If the Garuda didn't like that, I'm sorry, if the griffin didn't like that, then run over. That's it, game over. Lots of clutch moments like that. So every time we enter a new floor, we want to pay attention to the spin of the camera, because it might reveal the elevator to you. It did not do it here, so now I'm just running blind, hoping to come across it as fast as possible. So I toss a light seed at the Nile to change his element from water to fire. That makes him more susceptible to my fireball charges. And 2 is gonna get rid of him. And lo and behold, we have a binding ball. So at this point I was feeling pretty good about my equipment. It was just a matter of getting good elevators, not getting stuck in fights, and not dying. You may have seen the elevator there on the spin to 14, and this is the floor where everything changed. See, there's the elevator, but there's also an egg, and I remembered I had truth glasses. Let's see what that is. And the moment I realized that, a second later I'm hatching the egg. Because we want that Garuda. That could give us the ultimate god run. Unfortunately, we're getting a little bit distracted by this guy over here. But we'll get rid of him and continue hatching. The hatches can be anything from 1% to 4%, so you're basically hoping for good hatch RNG as well. And that Nile just decided for us that, yeah, we're not gonna hatch it now. Same goes for the god elevator over here. If we see that, we may as well take it. So I'm just waiting for a good opportunity to continue hatching the egg. And here we're just gonna use our newly found binding ball on the troll, so we can get a free lift, and then toss him. And once we're done with that, use the exit loop to see where the elevator is, and immediately resume hatching the egg. And there we go. That will be our bread and butter for this run. Because the Garuda has an ability called Abduct, and you'll see what it does in just a few moments. And there we go. You could use abductors on yourself and it'll take you to a random room. And sometimes that room just happens to have the elevator in it. It's 1 MP per use. Garuda has 80 MP, so you can get a nice amount of abducts with just his base magic points. My thought process was basically to try and find the elevator by normal means. If it doesn't happen, or if I get in a pinch, then I'm going to use the abduct ability. And we're on floor 20 at 13 minutes and 18 seconds, which is kind of a crazy pace. Now you may think that Garuda, man, that's so overpowered, why is it allowed? And you're kind of right. Garuda is a mixed blessing. Sometimes if you use Abduct, it'll take you next to an enemy, and the enemy gets the first hit and kills your Garuda. Your Garuda usually is pretty low on level, so he can't withstand many hits. So I've thrown more Garuda runs in the trash than I have actually beaten them. As it turns out, this was one of those times when the Garuda RNG just really worked in my favor. And there we actually saw the elevator on the spin. It's at the top left corner, so what I'm gonna try to do is get a little closer to that, or maybe in the same room. while also trying to avoid enemies. Here I think I had a clear line for it, but that Viper was gonna ruin it for me, so away we go with Abducts again, and picking up any items that we may need. We found a decurse scroll. I didn't deem it necessary to get rid of the weapon curse. It doesn't affect our cursed status at all. It just allows us to get rid of the sword. And at this point, we're not fighting anymore. We're either gonna use Abduct, or we're gonna try tossing enemies away or running away from them. And here's where we finally got close enough so that the enemies didn't obstruct our path. And we're finally off. And even more good spell ball luck. That's our first acid rain ball. We're actually gonna find another one not long from now. And then the game just decided, oh hey, here's an elevator, you should take it. Got nothing on the spin, so we'll be using Abduct to get out of this zoo room. And then we'll keep exploring without Abduct, and hey, there it is. Just sitting right there. Now I have to point out that hitting any trap would probably have ended my runs. So it is risky still, even if it looks like, oh wow, there's no way you could possibly fail this. No, you're gonna fail so many of these runs. But Abduct was really working in my favor. The RNG was extremely good. You can see me just getting elevator after elevator. And of course we're gonna see what that spell ball is, and it's another really, really good one. At that point I decided, yeah, I'm not gonna even bother with the loop. We're on a good pace. We need to find the elevators and take them quickly. And just like that, we're on floor 30. Saw this elevator on the spin, and we have a nice little killer room, a nice little graphical glitch as well, because we jumped down as we were abducted. And again, right next door, basically. This was just crazy good luck. Of course, Beldo could always screw this elevator up for us, and, well, he was nice as well, and that doesn't happen often. I was waiting for a killer or 2 or 3. Have ourselves an egg. I don't think I ever found out what that is. And just a couple of abducts and we're in the elevator room. This is kind of phenomenal. Because I've had to use abduct dozens of times and not even get close to the elevator room. So this is where I realized that I actually have 2 acid rain balls. And I figured, oh man, we're just gonna use both of those, get rid of all of these enemies. Head for that elevator, we're in a good pace, let's not waste any time. The only downside is actually getting level ups, because they just take time. We don't have time for that. We need to move. And just like that, next friggin' room. At this point I was thinking, man, nobody's gonna believe this is legit. I had a hard time believing it myself. That was one of the worst moments. If that had lasted just a little bit longer, that dragon would have tagged me, and that would have been it. Either he would have killed me, or he would have taken my Garuda, and that would have felt bad. So the infamous floor 36 is a one-room floor, and I'm gonna be spending a lot of time trying to get to that elevator. I'm basically trying to use a duct to get me right next to it. But it was a no-go. And there are glaciers around here, which means that they can actually... Oh, there's one. That got me scared. He could have used an ability to push me away from my Garuda, and that would have felt really bad. So getting closer to the elevator here. But unfortunately, we didn't have quite enough time. I probably... Yeah, I would have taken a hit if I tried to go for the elevator now. Plus there was the chance of the glacier pushing me away. So I decided, okay, blinder ball this guy, and now the Maximus on the elevator. I could maybe kill him with a blaze ball, but I didn't want to risk it. Also thinking about all-leaming him, but then the Garuda would take a hit, and I don't want that. I don't want my Garuda to die from a maximum. So, gears are turning here, trying to think of a viable strategy, and this is, I think, this is where it comes to me. Oh, I'm just gonna wait here and lure the enemies away from the elevator, and if I figured this one earlier, it would have been much faster. But suffice it to say, I was under tremendous pressure at this point. Morongs are not as dangerous as the other monsters, so I decided, yeah, let's try lifting him once, and luckily it worked out okay. Have a malicious scroll. I'm not sure why I bother with it at this point. So we're just gonna skip past these guys, get back to the room we were in, and oh, there it was, all along, right next door. And God elevator on 38. And this is where I I had to turn the mic on for just a little bit once we got out of this room, because I was pretty stoked about seeing that timer. Oh my god. And there it is. That's the run. Now all we have to do is mash through the Beldo sequence and grab the ultimate egg, and that's it. By this time I knew this was gonna be a phenomenal time. And yeah, that was stupid in every imaginable way. I made a few questionable choices here and there, and I came close to dying more than once. But after that Garuda grab, everything just went nicely. There was nothing standing in my way. Monsters were being kind, the Garuda RNG was absolutely godlike. I got several good elevators right next door. So many spell balls too, which I probably had plenty of charges for by the end of this. Which makes me wonder, why did I grab those malicious scrolls and all that jazz? I had more than enough supplies to get me through the tower, but there you go. So the last fight is just get hit twice, maybe once, and then mash more buttons. Skip through the dialogue as fast as you humanly can. And believe me, I was really trying to do that. I actually take the time to send CUNY away. I think it's a little bit faster. And there you go, 24 minutes to ultimate.
24 minutes! 24 friggin' minutes. That was friggin' amazing.
Oh, hello, me. Yeah, I can...
Can we please just get the Garuda off the leaderboards now? Can we just please split them back up? Wow. What a run.
Yeah, what a run, indeed. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.